Hey everybody, I'm here with a quick video on Bumblebee tuna. Do you like tuna fish? Do you buy your tuna fish, from the supermarket from a can? Do you like Bumblebee tuna? Well, there's some workers that work for Bumblebee that said it's like modern day slavery. They be getting beat, they don't feed them, they have no access to medical care, and they said they even getting stuck with needles. And they said sometimes when they're on those ships, trying to catch the fish, they said they be getting poked with needles. Now listen, I'm recent. I'm only 2 years in, and I'm not trying to tell everybody they need to go vegetarian. I'm not here to do that because you know the diva. I'm here for whatever you want to do that makes you happy, do it. But sometimes we do have to think about what we do. The tuna fish, the people getting beat to put in your cans. Can you imagine what's really going in that can? If I need medical services and you not giving it to me, who knows what's dripping in the food? Let me share a screen so we can get into the story because this is disgraceful. So, U.S. tuna giant Bumble Bee Foods accused of profiting from modern day slavery, human trafficking, and forced labor. Sued. Listen, they got Diddy locked up. They got some other people they need to lock up too. Four Indonesian fishermen have filed a landmark lawsuit against Bumblebee Foods, accusing the U.S. tuna giant of knowingly benefiting from forced labor and abuse in its supply chain. The plaintiffs allege they endured physical abuse, debt bondage, dangerous working conditions, and denial of medical care while working on fishing vessels that supply tuna to Bumblebee, according to the federal complaint filed earlier this month in the Southern District of California. One plaintiff, Muhammad, was allegedly denied treatment after suffering severe burns and forced to keep working while injured, the lawsuit claimed. Another, who was hired as a cook aboard a deep sea fishing vessel in 2021, alleged that he was denied medical care after cooking oil splashed on his stomach and ran down his legs, causing his skin to blister and swell almost instantly. He alleged in a lawsuit that he encountered brutal conditions that included physical abuse and forced labor in an environment that was both harsh and hazardous. Muhammad, one of the co-complainants, alleged that he was subjected to a violent and abusive environment aboard his vessel. He claimed the ship's captain regularly struck him and whipped crew members, even going so far as to jab them with needles. According to the plaintiff, the beatings were so frequent he eventually lost track of how many times he was attacked. Not you lost track. Another plaintiff, who, like many Indonesians, use a single name, recounted being seriously injured when a heavy load of fish crashed onto his leg, tearing it open down to the bone and soaking his boot in blood. Despite the severity of the injury, he said he was forced to keep working. A fourth man, also using one name, alleged the food was so scarce on board that crew members sometimes had no choice but to eat bait meant for catching fish. The lawsuit filed in San Diego on March 12th is the first known U.S. case targeting a seafood company over forced labor on fishing boats. The post has sought comment from Bumblebee. Of course, they respond. That's disgusting behavior. The plaintiffs were recruited by agencies that withheld their wages and were trapped at sea through transshipment, a practice where boats remain offshore for long periods, cutting off access to help, the lawsuit allege. In 2020, the Customs and Border Protection issued a withheld release order, WRO, against the Wang, a Taiwan-owned distant water fishing vessel. This action effectively barred imports of seafood harvested by Dwayne due to the credible evidence of forced labor practices, including physical violence, debt bondage, withholding of wages, and abusive living and working conditions. That's sad. The Dwayne was linked to Bumblebee Foods' parent company, Feng Chong Formosa Fishery Company, FCF, a major Taiwanese tuna trader. In January 2020, FCF acquired Bumble Bee Foods for $928 million. This acquisition raised concerns about Bumblebee's supply chain, given FCF's connection to vessels implicated in labor abuses. In April 2022, Greenpeace USA reported finding a Bumblebee tuna can sorted from Dwayne, which was purchased in Arlington, Virginia. This discovery suggested that despite the WRO, products linked to Dwayne had entered U.S. markets under the Bumblebee label. While the 2020 WRO targeted the Dwayne specifically, it underscored broader concerns about labor practices within the seafood supply chains of companies like Bumblebee. Bumblebee held the largest market share in the U.S. for canned and poached tuna, offering products under brands such as Bumblebee, Brunswick, Sweet Sue, Snows, Wild Selections, Bumblebee Super Fresh, and Clover Leaf. The company employs approximately 1,300 people. Estimates of its annual revenue vary, with figures ranging from 108.9 million to 750 million. And it's probably all profit to them for the most part, because it seems like they're not paying the workers. They're denying them medical care, and they're treating them like modern day slaves. Not you beating me. And then if the people could get over the beating, which they can't, because they said they lost count of how many times they got beat in a day, you sticking them with needles? And if that's not bad, let's roll into the fact that I'm getting hurt and you getting me no medical care. From just what is being said, there's no way that there's people that didn't die. I'm sure there's plenty of deaths that are unreported. Your leg get busted open to the bone and they're not going to get you no medical care. They're going to tell you to keep working. That's beyond inhumane. I wouldn't buy another Bumblebee product, but it's easy for me to say because I don't buy Bumblebee because of the simple fact of I don't eat meat. I don't eat fish. I don't eat anything like that. But this is why a lot of people have a problem with some of these companies. It's a shame. It's disgusting. It's sad. And I hope all of these workers that came forth, and listen, God bless the whistleblowers. They do have a rough road ahead of them. But since they spoke up, they may be helping many of people that are behind them. Listen, guys, chat with me in the comments. And when I get an opportunity, I will chat back. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe. Hit the notification bell so that every time I upload a video, you will be notified. If you are a subscriber, welcome back. Everybody, thanks for watching. What do you think about these horrific conditions? It's a shame how some companies feel and some countries feel like they can treat people any old kind of way and just consistently get away with it. I want to say sometime last year, I did a whole video on Shein, that clothing company. And they were saying not as bad as this. They wasn't saying they was getting beat, but they were saying they was working like modern day slaves. They had no access to health care. They was writing subliminal messages or straight out messages on the label of the clothing, like help me, I got a toothache, stuff like that. And then we hear this Bumblebee Seafoods. I mean, people need to regulate these places a little bit better. And then you put the people through all of that and then still you're not going to pay them? This is beyond dreadful, extremely sad. Listen, guys, like I said, hit the like button, chat with me, I'll chat back. Let me know your thoughts on this story, and I'll see you on the next video.